guys, we're here with Rosalind from the Rooted Rose down in Fountain. Yeah, we're in Fountain. And we just kind of wanted to spotlight her business. So let's dive in.
Well, first, thanks for taking time to come here and just get to know more about the studio. I'm really excited to just share. So thank you.
Let's start off with finding out a little bit about you. Tell me about you.
Let's see. I am a mama of 2 boys and grew up here in Fountain. Let's see. And I knew that I've always wanted to own a business, and to just have this space and to be able to welcome you guys in, it's really an honor, and I'm super excited.
Yeah. So when you're not working or managing the household, what do you like to do? Because I know that's a lot, right?
It is, yes. Even when I'm not here in this space, like still working even when I am at home. And so just finding that balance when I'm not here, I'm spending time with the boys. And it goes so fast. Let's see, one's in preschool, one's in 1st grade, and I'm trying to hold on to that time and really make sure that I am doing just that. So we get outside, like after school, as the weather's starting to get cold. When the sun is out still, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's take the dog for a walk. Let's go on a bike ride. And yeah, really just spending time with them.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. A lot of people aren't really doing that with the family anymore, so that's really good to hear.
It's easy to, like, a phone call comes in, I want to answer that phone call or just get to that email really quick, and so being able to just separate that and really be there and present with the boys, that's what's important to me. And there's times where I still do that, and they understand, and I try to make them as involved with this space as possible, so they're not liking when I'm here, you know. Sometimes they do get to come here and play, and I think that's great that they know where I am at when I'm not spending that time with them.
Do you ever think about the fact that, like, them being here while you're working could be an inspiration for them?
I hope so. Biggest thing is not for them to own their own business and to do exactly what mommy's doing, but for them to see that it makes me happy, and how to work that in with taking care of them and including that, and I hope it is. I do have them help me do chores here sometimes. Sometimes they're helping me sweep or cleaning the windows, definitely picking up the blocks or, you know, anything that they're playing with here, but also tending to the stuff here and showing that is just love. And yeah, we want that to be here in this space.
Aww,
yes.
Awesome. And you're building a great work ethic for them.
Thank you.
So let's dive into the business. Tell us about the business. How long have you been doing this?
Let's see, it's gonna be 4 years. It's gonna be coming up on 4 years, and that's just crazy.
When you think about it, right?
It is, yes, because that just getting through that first year, and especially through COVID, you know, it did feel very long. And I sometimes refer to this as my baby, as a baby, you know, because getting it going and taking it from that holding stage to crawling stage to, you know, opening up the doors and a walking stage, and I'm in 4 years. My son is 4. Yeah, I was doing this when I was holding him, and, you know, still nursing and having to take breaks, but also building this. So it's been really cool. And so when I say 4 for the studio and then see my 4-year-old, it's really cool.
Oh gosh, yeah. So tell us about the business itself. I know we have 2 different sections here, and you guys can't see the back room, but we'll definitely get you guys a shot of that as well. But walk us through the business.
Yes, let's see. So with it being almost 4 years, it has gone through some I'd say transformations, and what you are seeing here now is a front space with just it being welcoming and a safe space for somebody to come in and ask questions about what we offer, whether it be the yoga classes or plants or sound therapy or private sessions or Reiki, and a community space for workshops for people to come in, and we have a variety of them, so for them to be able to pick and choose, you know, what it is that they would like to come and maybe meet somebody new or just take that time for themselves. And then the back space it's the yoga room, and it's awesome, and we have heated and non-heated classes back there. We'll do private sessions. Some workshops would be like sound baths, so song bowls. We do a lot, like just in and out of both rooms. It's really cool.
That's wonderful. I love it. I love it. So why did you choose this more like holistic style of business? What put you to that?
Let's see. I first found the yoga practice like for myself and during a time of grieving, and it really helped as I shared, you know, having my baby and then bringing this space together. Like before that, I was going through the teacher training, and it was an intensive 200 hours with a, you know, 3-4 month old, and I had to make that time for myself to go to those classes, and I really didn't want to be away, but I knew I needed to do that for me to bring this available. And there was not a space accessible to being here in Fountain. When I wanted to take class, I would have to get a sitter and, you know, 30 minutes to drive to the space and to give me some time before we actually started practice, an hour practice, and then your commute back. And I mean, 3-4 hours later, sometimes it was hard to make that happen. And so I want to be able to share this and give this to this community where that wasn't available, and that was a huge, like, let's do this.
That's awesome. So you said that you born and raised in Fountain, right?
So born in Springs and then raised in Fountain.
Oh,
yes.
Awesome. So you're El Paso County through and through, basically.
I lived away for a little bit, but came back. This is home.
What made you choose El Paso County as where you wanted to do business?
One, just being that once we started to grow family and really decide, is this where we're going to stay and raise our kids? I knew that this is where I wanted to have this. Biggest thing has always been for the space that it's got to work for me and for it to be close to home. That it's got to be close to home. And being able to run and pick up the kids, or being able to, if something needs to be done here, it's not a long drive or, yes.
Oh, yay. So did you consider other locations when you picked this, or is it 100% you just wanted to be in Fountain?
Let's see, I had considered it, and there's great spaces surrounding Fountain too. I mean, we've got Manitou Springs, we've got Old Colorado City, we have South Springs, North Springs. I mean, just all these great locations, and really it just came down to me wanting to give back to the community and being right here where I live, where my kids go to school, and be able to actually be in that space and not only give back just right out of here, but, you know, during the summer with yoga in the park or at the schools, or, you know, for our first responders. It kind of just, I think once it was like, where did I want to serve? Where were we going to be and build our family? Pretty easy.
Awesome. So what is some of the biggest challenges that you're facing as a business owner?
Personally would be balance. It's always that balance game where, you know, I've shared before, I really do want to spend that time with my kids, but also I think before you start a business, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be my own boss and do it when I want to. And really, yes, that's available to you, but at the same time, whatever your business is, you also want it to thrive and to be available to who you want to serve. And sometimes that is in the evening, and sometimes it is I'm not eating dinner with the kids, or I'm getting up early before they wake up, and it's the balance part. just figuring it out, like to give and.
So for anyone considering going into business on their own in this county, and how you kind of built your own business, what recommendations would you have for that?
Really, what is it that you want to do, and does it make you happy? And then if it is falling where it needs to. I would say when I was driving around looking for spaces and I saw this was available, from there it happened very I could feel that it was the right stuff. And when we would come into roadblocks, I would say, okay, well then it wasn't meant to right now. And then just going for it and believing in yourself, and that,
Aww.
yes,
I mean, because this is a big leap of faith that you're taking in yourself anytime you go into business for yourself.
Yes.
I mean, like, you are gambling on you.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm a big crybaby, so
No,
ignore me. So what are some of the challenges that you had in getting started?
I think just knowing what you need for this. I mean, there was things coming up all the time, you know, your licenses and when you're selling, and you know, how to put signage on the window and how much you can cover, and insurance, and managing books, and really deciding what is it that I'm gonna do and what is gonna be worth it for me to just seek that help. Because when you do start a small business, I know for us, it came right out of our savings, and it wasn't, when we were spending things, taken lightly, you know, okay, making a list, what do we absolutely need, what can I give, and where is it okay to get that help from? Yes. Just for accounting, for example, it's something that I could do, but absolutely worth it to get some help, because having to do that at the end of the month and pay teachers and taxes, it's a lot on its own, but then when you have all the other things that come into play. So really sitting down and just seeing it and deciding what is gonna be best, like, to start. And you can always switch it up if you need to, but just, yes.
I like to live by a saying that says, don't spend dollar time on penny work. So sometimes you can do all that stuff on your own.
Sure.
But a lot of times, what are you giving up? So say you're making $30 an hour and it takes you like 3 days to finish your books, when you could have just paid somebody half that.
Yep.
To get it done, and you know it's right, and they've already insured and bonded all their work,
and it's done, and
you had more time with your kids, which goes right back to that balance side.
Right.
So that is beautiful. I love that you're pushing that. What is something that's really interesting about your business, or like what can people expect to get when they come here?
Let's see. I hope that they feel like love and peace that comes out of this space, and that it is that I am here, and not just me, but that love and that peace, that feeling that I hope for you to feel, just doesn't come from this space. And from me, it's from my kids, from my family. This has been a huge labor of love, but also the instructors that are here, and the amazing things that they do, from artists like making macrame to doing art illustration, to doing awesome sound healing workshops. And it's really a space that's supporting too. And when I say giving back to the community and doing that work, it's also giving back to small businesses. You know, when you think about starting a space, it's not always available for someone to go rent a space and to just boom, like open up, you know, giving this and then that opportunity to also share what they have to offer. And I think that's really cool. And it's been awesome just meeting people and just seeing all those things, because we all have like things that we love to do and want to share, and yeah, this is a space for that.
So if you were to start over tomorrow, okay, let's get that to sink in. If you were to start all over today, what is one thing that you would do differently?
I do not think I would do anything differently. There has been some really, really tough times. With opening a business, like it is hard, and sometimes it does get lonely. But those lessons have been expensive, I would say, in time, energy, money, and they're lessons that now that I've gone through, and I've taken time to sit with it and reflect on it, and really I think it will just make this space grow stronger and just become and stay that space that I hope it is for this community. Without those things, I don't think that it would be what it is. And so that may sound very like cliche, oh, I wouldn't change anything, but really I wouldn't have learned so much, and I still have a lot to learn, and I am open to that and always just willing to learn that.
What's that saying? You only lose if you don't learn?
Yes.
And you're taking all of these challenges that you faced, and you're just like taking them on, and this was a growth experience for me. So
it
awesome.
has been, yes. I'd say the studio that you walked into a year ago, 2 years ago, shoot, even at the beginning of 2022 is not the same space, and I think that that's beautiful, and I'm really proud of that.
Aww. Okay, so what can we as a community help you with?
Wow. I would say taking time to just, if you've even thought about what this space is, and taking that time to walk in and just give it a try. There's a lot of offerings, and after that, you know, if this space wasn't for you, that is okay. But just thinking about it, if there is someone who is in need of healing or a place of community, or wants to come and buy a plant or learn more about themselves, this space is available for that. And yes.
Yay. So, okay, why do you do what you do?
I love it. Getting emotional thing, but I love it. It's this space. I want to be able to help, and I know I'm supposed to, and I truly believe that students and, you know, the community will find its way here that needs this.
It's truly a passion project for you, isn't it?
It is. It's like whether one person is in the class or it's a full class and it's 10 people, like I always get what I need to, and I love it. I don't know. I love it.
Oh, okay, this is a learning moment for us. We need to bring tissues to these. Okay. So the biggest reward for you is just you get to live your passion.
Yes, I'm very lucky to be able to do that. Yes. You know, and it's you know, all ages too. Like just you know, I see families, and I see veterans, and I see young women, and I see elderly, you know, elderly men and women, and it's really amazing to see when they come in here and they are open to receiving that, and when they leave, it's sometimes I go home and tell my husband different things, and it's just like I wouldn't even believe some of this stuff unless it was like me and here and just like experience this, and it's really cool. And like I said, always learning.
All right, so how can anyone get a hold of you? Where can they find you? Social medias? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yes, the best way is we're on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and that's The Rooted Rose. And email is great, and I always share. You can call me, text me, leave a voice message. I am working on, I may not get right to you at that moment, but as soon as I see it and I have that time to give, I do respond. So that's why I am very open to contact me whenever, because I will get back to you as soon as I can, but it may not be right in that moment, because that is my personal phone. And I may not be answering at dinner time, but I will get back to you after. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out with me today.
Yes.
I'm so glad I got to know you and your business a lot better. I know we've casually come across each other a bunch of times in passing, and so it was really great to get to know you better.
This is great. Yes, thank you for taking time and you wanting to. I appreciate it.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
Yes. So there was one thing I wanted to share, and it was about this space, and I think it was one of the questions, and I typed it up, but the over here where the come on in is, it used to be a taekwondo school, like a long time ago, probably when I was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
And that's when I first started doing martial arts. And after I started martial arts, I knew that I wanted to like have my own taekwondo school. And so I went and got my 3rd degree black belt. I went to school for business management, and then I fell out of that practice, moved back home, and then that's when I found yoga in it. And so to be in the same plaza, like where it all
Full
first
circle.
started,